here this time. But more importantly, we have a game ahead of us.
Yes. All right, so it's gonna be BanjoV versus PiKayMaster. So we got France versus UK. Yeah. Kragg versus Shovel Knight. So PiKayMaster is one of the I'm not sure if it's been more, but at least back a few months ago, it was pretty much like a trifecta of Shovel Knights that were active in Europe, being PiKayMaster, Viapron, and Retro. PiKayMaster being one of the more how do I put this? It really feels like PK probably lives near the coast because he do love to fish.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's kind of one of the very few things that I really held on to from his playstyle was the fish. That's kind of a life-changing moment, just seeing them stuck in the bottom of Aramon.
Yeah. Fisherman at heart, for sure.
And to be fair, like, one of the big things about Kragg versus Shovel Knight in this particular matchup is Kragg definitely can punish the hell out of SK4 fishing, but you know, if BanjoV's not ready, you know, that's a lot of gold.
I mean, we have the... I'm kind of surprised immediately. We were kind of making fun of it the other day, Josh, on a couple of different casts we had. We're not immediately going to Aether Gates here. Instead, we are going to get the NA Special Jewel Sale.
And just like that... Oh, wow, BanjoV already starting off, doing some damage, and PK trying to find some footing. Oh, already with the fishing.
Yeah, I was going to say, PK kind of normally seems a little bit comfortable off the side of the stage. Ooh, I was worried of whether or not we had the wall jump there for PK. Does manage to make it back to stage. Now BanjoV just still really holding down this neutral and staying in control of the center of the stage.
Yeah, we see yet another fish. Anytime we see PK get sent off stage, there's going to be a fish. Every time he sets himself down there, turns to his advantage into a fishing opportunity, and tells himself...
Oh my god!
Today.
Speaking of fishing...
Wow, yeah, at the beginning of the game it was more money, more problems, but I mean, right now PK's really been able to turn it around so far. I was gonna say, spending a little bit less time off stage, so we're getting caught by that forward smash. That's going to be first stock over the BanjoV.
Yeah, and you know, I was saying earlier that Kragg is absolutely able to punish SK for that fishing, but you know, interestingly enough, not that much punish for the fishing itself, but more just punishing on the neutral game and how PK is playing this out. But you know, double F strong should be fine.
Very close.
Oh,
stage. Ooh, that pillar had some potential to do a lot of damage there. PK does manage to find his way back to stage there. Oh, and there's crap, just a quick down smash there, catching the forward air, and that's going to be one stock apiece.
All right, and Slime, you know, and Slime, I was gonna say, as someone who plays a decent bit of SK, what are your thoughts about the momentum he'll pick up here?
I definitely think it is a really good choice. I do think that against Kragg, it's better to go with Momentum Mail over Dynamo. Because as nice as it is to have the air strongs are generally a lot better in matchup where it actually ends up leading to early kills. Which Kragg ends up living a lot of them for a significant amount longer, but being able to challenge the amount of survivability that Kragg has and having the endurance for it is generally a lot more favorable when fighting against him.
Hold up! PK, you're full build! Why are you still fishing?
Yeah, PK doesn't seem to care too much there, grabbing that stock with the nair off the side of the stage. I believe it worked out to actually be a jab at the end of the day, but does find the stock advantage for right now. But Banjo looking to quickly close this one out, given the opportunity. Holding PK at the side of the stage, keeping it on that platform, the up air barely missing. But really, there's been no opportunity for PK to find his way down to the ground. Finally finding some conversion off the pillar, misses the tech. Getting very close on those high percentages right now, 200% on PK. There's no fishing right now. Trying to collect a way back to stage. Actually, some good damage coming out right now. Let's see if Banjo can steal the stock here. Yes, it is. Up air off the top.
Right, and PK looking like a very prolific musical artist right now, but immediately with all those, you know, dash attack canceled combos, PK's in a really bad position, already taking so much percent. And the moment I start mentioning a single thing, they immediately try to turn it right back around. Commentator's curse at its finest.
Banjo was really holding it down for like how bad that stock started off. And grabbing that forward smash once again, stealing up the second stock with that one of this game. And that's game one over to Banjo. Of course, this is first of 5, best of 9. So it's not going to be too much in the long run, but setting the pace for a set is always important. First game does that.
Yeah, honestly, very interesting game for sure. It was really swingy. Always went in each player's favor for every stock, and I think the craziest part was just that it looked really dominant as soon as PK got both items, but Banjo managed to clutch it back. Very
Slime, now,
Yes.
Now correct me if I'm wrong here, but does PK's tag Peak have anything to do with the stage choice here, or is that just a complete coincidence?
Oh, it absolutely does, but we're definitely not seeing peak gameplay coming out from PK at the start of this match. Oh, dear lord.
Just gets caught up by that rock. It's unfortunate dropping that first stock, but you know, I like the idea of Shovel Knight on this stage. I mean, I'm one of the grossers who likes this stage, so I don't.
You're not alone. You're not alone today. You're not alone today.
Can't believe I'm the odd one out here this time.
And you're the odd one out for not liking Tempest. This that's really where this one is kind of an oddity right now. But oh, PK actually kind of holding down the side of the stage right now, making good use of that rock, and Banjo really holding on to more of the middle ground and just getting a lot of pokes off of PK, who's really struggling to get back onto stage right now. The hold down is coming through. There's no tech on the rock. PK takes the stock off the left side of the screen there.
Yeah, and it was a really interesting position for Banjo to put himself into, because once you have your back to the rock and you go for the F strong, you're actually completely safe and you can just tech on reaction. But that early parry means that you're in tech lockout, and it turns into an immediate death.
Getting a whole lot of Warhorn coming in. I think the last 4 hits all from PK were all Warhorn.
Oh.
Also, I would like to point your interest towards the fact that PK is not the only person that currently has a fun little tag above your name.
Oh boy.
You got Tempest.
Truly.
Hold on.
The greatest.
How did I get 2 minutes into this game without noticing we had Tempest Peak? Tempest Peak. That's awesome. Forward air taking that stock, and luckily we are getting a relatively back and forth game here on Tempest. And these two both seem relatively comfortable here so far. Banjo holding down to the side of the stage right now, keeping PK under a lot of pressure. Second forwarder doesn't quite follow up. It was very close to sealing up the stock there, but the pressure has not lapsed. Staying very on top of PK as he's trying to make his way back to stage. Now the rock's flying, the forward air's coming out, and does PK finally have the foothold? Seems like it.
Yeah, I mean, PK's got so much gold, and I just don't know what exactly he wants to do it for. But no amount of money in the world is going to save you from that Kragg forward air. Right off the side. Right off the edge of Tempest Peak. And long live the king, says BanjoV. And I don't think that PK is going to come back anytime soon. I am a fool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I think Steve Jobs ended up going down to a Kragg forward air in the end, so we know that money can't really protect you from that. Right now, it doesn't really seem like there's any protection right now from Banjo. He's just been able to really just clamp down on these games and play the neutral very effectively. Just honestly, just per neutral wind, I feel like there's more percent coming up from Banjo.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we're seeing is obviously it usually becomes swingy as soon as PK gets both items, just like the previous 2 games. But Banjo's adaptation to just dealing with them, and in fact, I honestly think that PK's choice of going with Warhorn is not working out as well as he probably would want it to.
Yeah, and so where's the change that we need to see there, do you think? Just to like continue on that point.
I think I would rather see, either of the other 2 relics and trying them out. Like, it's the first to 5. You have a lot of ground to just try out the different relics, seeing what might work better. But I really do not think that the Warhorn is the answer here.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, PK usually gets to the point where he has more than enough money to buy the other relics and like swap back to the Warhorn mid combo if you really, really want to. Oh, okay. Once again, truly a fisher of men. But PK, so much gold on the board. The question is, what can you do with it outside of just momentum and Warhorn?
Find some clean percent seems to be the answer so far. PK keeping a lot of pressure up on the right side of the stage right now. Might get turned around by Banjo. No, they reset. Yeah, just a very clean combo right there. It only ended up being about 45% there. A lot of other characters, that could have been fatal. A lot of other stages, it could have been fatal as well. But here we are on Tempest. And it's not going to end up sealing anything out, but good percent so far. And we are going to see that mobile gear come out. So, just some changes. That's what we were looking to see. We'll see if it makes a large difference, if this can actually hold down the neutral the way maybe PK's hoping it will.
Oh, what a cancel.
Actually, quick follow to the side of the stage there. Not much coming out of it, though. Okay, hold on. That completely blew my mind. Hold on. The pillar breaking and finding a rock out of it. That was something else.
Yeah. All right.
Is there going to be any sort of seal coming out here? Is PK really held down on the side of the stage? The gear comes back, and there's no safe way back to stage. Forward air taken. And now, down to his final stock now, PK just getting beaten up on the center stage here below that rock. Let's see what comes out of it.
Yeah, and like I just don't really know about this Tempest pick, right? You know, like you might have Peak in as your tag, but BanjoV's already one step ahead of you, right? You know, it's the very beginning of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's very clear that in the defensive game plan, BanjoV is significantly stronger, and like you need a strong defensive game plan if you're gonna try and pick people here.
And it seemed very comfortable all the way through. We're seeing already lapping on the percentage right now, but you can't really do that right now if you're PK. You're down the stock. You need to find some way back onto the stage, and you need to start getting some momentum going. But, you know, you can purchase a little bit of that in the shop, but that doesn't seem to be enough. I said that the up smash does come through, but that's still 160% on this Shovel Knight. Hasn't really looked solid the whole game, and there it is, game 3 going into the pocket of the Kragg.
If we see another run back, I'm going to cry.
We shall see.
Why?
Tears ensue.
Gamers, I think we're simply in for an entire Tempest Peak series today. I don't think we're going anywhere else. This is going to be the volley. It's simply going to keep ping-ponging between nothing else but the different Tempest Peak platforms.
Yeah,
And we're
I mean,
already seeing... Oh my god!
Oh?
Jeez, no! Alright, not quite.
already seeing some big Tempest gameplay there. I think we're going to need to see kind of some more centralized play. There's really not much that... oh my goodness, I say that. Hold on, BanjoV just kind of swatting the Shovel Knight away. Kind of whenever there's any sort of engage, just throwing out the forward airs, tossing those down smashes, or excuse me, the down Bs out. Just not giving any room to really get back onto the stage. And I think that's really where PK needs to find the difference right now. It's not that necessarily the neutral wins aren't great, it's just he's having such a hard time getting out of disadvantage and actually finding some way to get that first hit in. Because we've seen some decent conversions when the first hit actually does come in from PK, but just hasn't been able to happen so far. And there's Banjo just again taking that first stock.
It's so much, like, so many of these stocks just have been resulting from the forward air. You know, on the first game on Jules Vale, it was just the forward strong, but forward air is basically just the forward strong in midair at this point. But that down air, oh my god, just breaking both the pillar and hopefully BanjoV's spirits here. You know, because PK absolutely needs to take back the momentum in this first to 5, in this game, in this stock, and run with it.
Best as he can, grabbing the fish mid stage there. We need to see something, like you say, there needs to be momentum different, but right now Banjo's doing just a really good job of shutting down any potential for kind of some growth and some change to PK's playstyle, just staying on top of him, getting those very gentle hits in, but just making sure he's spending as much time in advantage as possible. We finally see some sort of punish come out of PK. I say that though, we do have actually percent lead on the side of the Shovel Knight, which, you know, I think it really comes down to that early stock being taken. Hopefully find PK a little bit of ground. Quick parry there inside of the stage. Doesn't look like anything's actually going to convert out of it. The up air almost actually spelling disaster for Banjo.
Right. I don't know. Is there like a reason why they're going Tempest so much?
I don't know if that was like a pre-decided thing or...
I honestly think, based on the fact that the tags are there, I think this is completely intentional.
Goodness.
Like just in the back alleys before the game, it's like, yo, what if we go Tempest every single game we can?
Yeah, like, I'm gonna be completely honest at this point. I will not be surprised if PK wins this and if BanjoV picks Tempest afterwards. I'm not even gonna be surprised at this point.
Yeah, it's actually looking pretty good for PK to just go ahead and do that right now. He's actually holding down relatively well. Oh, unfortunately does miss the tech there on the up smash. Did have the right TI for it, but just missing that timing. Now Banjo just kind of getting swatted off to the side of the stage by those F smashes. We did see that side B actually kill off the correct side of the stage earlier, which I'm quite happy about, but right now 106% on that Kragg. Does have to try and get to, ooh, just kind of throwing that F-tilt into the jaws of death and getting away with it. Does have that pillar set up on the other side, so as much as he can push the Shovel Knight to the other side is going to be good. The parry does not come out there. Gear getting stuck on that pillar. Pressure off the side of the stage. Ooh, and now we were talking about how the gear change is coming through, and now we're back to Horn. Fish comes through into the up smash, and that is our first game going over to PiKayMaster.
Give a man a fish, he gets 500 gold and buys momentum mail. Teach a man to fish, And apparently, he combos it straight into up strong and hopefully doesn't pick Tempest again.
Yeah,
I'm going to cry!
I told you.
I should have just gone to bed!
yeah, tears of joy coming out of these two. Oh, good pressure off the side of the stage, though, quickly with those forward airs chasing after the pillar. It's not actually going to convert into a kill, but 72% in the first 10 seconds of this game for PK. And this is a very different look than we've seen the rest of the game start off. I say that, though, a lot of pressure coming out from Banjo to hold down on this side platform. Trying to tie this percent up very early on. I think the reverse forward air is an option there. It doesn't actually end up turning into anything.
Oh my god!
What the trade does.
Yeah, first time that we're seeing that F strong come back into play, like back on Jules Vale. One big thing that I do also want to see come into play is those Ghost Gloves that we haven't actually seen come out of BanjoV before. I don't know if there's a particular reason. Like, Slime, do you think Ghost Gloves are like particularly bad or anything in this matchup?
No, not really. I think it's actually pretty strong, but it's very possible that PK either just isn't as comfortable or simply wants to try them last of the free out relics, assuming that he wishes to experiment at all.
Fair enough.
We are going to have an opportunity for PK to really make that decision now, as we are starting to run close to the end of his potential there. Could only have 4 stocks left to work with. Decides to go with that horn. If he's going to be holding onto those Ghost Gloves, it's going to be till the very last moment right now, and Banjo's looking to maybe find that out of his tool chest. Trying to seal this last stock out as quickly as possible. We've only been in this game for 1:30. This has been very high pace compared to some of the other games we've seen so far from these two. The percent is even, but Banjo, that full stock lead, looking very comfortable center stage.
Oh, we got the duder coming out. Oh,
Gets slain by the classic speed up glitch, and that is actually gonna lead to the death there as well. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was enough for Banjo to really find that secure going on to match point now. Only one game so far picked up by PK. And I think the only thing that we can really say about this set that's been really the most true point is Tempest.
It really, truly has been the peak of Rivals of Aether.
I may not be European, but can I call this not Kino?
I mean, you would be correct. That is correct use of Kino.
Yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. I know very little about German. I did manage to win the not win, but like complete the German Wordle. So I'm feeling kind of nice about my German usage nowadays.
Gosh, knowing one word and then typing in random English words. I think there's a little bit more precision than that, though, coming out of Banjo right now, being able to hold down and grab that first stock. Kind of early on percentage, honestly, but this game is a little bit more familiar to the pace. Hold on, where'd that rock come from?
What?
It's kind of raining rocks at the moment. Kind of looking like some kind of volcanic explosion right now, which is really the pace we started to see from PK, but instead just kind of backfiring and throwing himself off the side of the stage. Now Banjo's still holding on to the stock at 150%. I think that's going to be an end of that fairy tale, though.
Oh,
that actually got
another duder.
Yeah, turning into something there. Like you're saying, we thought maybe we see the Ghost Gloves at this point in the set, but it just hasn't come out. Doesn't seem like it's necessary, though. Misty Eye there on the horn, almost sealing it there for Banjo. Just trying to hold down the center stage, getting very panicky in front of that side B. It wasn't going to secure the stock, but now it looks like there's some momentum in favor of PK.
Oh, what a disgusting jab. I cannot believe that nabbed right from the very edge from behind. But yeah, I don't know. PK is trying to turn this one into a trumpet peak game.
Yeah, he's been using it a lot, but it's been getting him a lot of ground so far, not quite being able to swat away that side B coming out from Banjo. Quick hit there from the forward smashes, and again, okay, so now 50%, one stock apiece. This is possible for PK to bring it back and give us a game 7 on Tempest. Regardless of whether or not that's what we're actually looking for at the moment.
Oh my god.
It's looking possible.
You can
Banjo
do this,
pressure off
BanjoV.
the side of the stage.
You can end it. You can end it. You can end it all.
Ending this peak purgatory.
Oh my lord. All anti-wishes to stop seeing the nightmare of his dreams.
I have a sneaky suspicion that if we complain about it too much, it might be kind of the center point of all the future sets. There's always the possibility for that. We've seen some trends pick up in these before, and this is going to be our trendsetter set for the rest of the day. And hopefully what we hold on to is kind of no easy way to put it. The close comebacks really would be the thing I'd like to see the trend set, and not Tempest Peak, please and thank you. But game number 2 picked up for PK. It's really just given another breath of life here, and I do imagine that this breath of life will be, yes, taken back to Tempest. Just
you're gonna need a breath. You're gonna need a breath of life when you're climbing that high on the mountains, really.
Yeah, kind of just hoping that someone will suffocate at this point, but
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't think I have the stamina for this one.
Yeah.
You could have just said choke. You could have just said choke. It would have suffocated.
I can't say that the gameplay itself has not been oxygen deficient so far, though. These two have been adapting, have been trying to think ahead, and not getting too much, not too much in their own head or anything like that, but we're seeing some real change out of PK. And maybe this Kragg is starting to get Summit fever, as he's really starting to lose pressure now that he's at the top of this set.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a small part of me that wonders, you know, maybe they're just... They've already had the back alley agreement to go all Tempest Peak, but do they have the back alley agreement to actually just try to extend the set as long as possible? I hope not, because, I mean, back alley agreement or not, PK's playing phenomenal in comparison to the early sets.
Yeah,
the early games.
Yeah, I'll double you on that one. It really looks like PK has improved the play. I think that last set was a product of PK playing better, and it's about whether PK can keep that play up. So far, he's been doing a really good job of it, though, pressuring that center stage, though, with the horn. 150% on PK right now, but he's holding this full stock advantage and is having a really hard time for Banjo to try and get some foothold on the center stage. The stage control has really been where this Kragg has been able to thrive so far, but just kind of misspacing at the moment, getting a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit antsy, and it's serving PK well. Banjo held off the side of the stage at 170%. These two are practically even, but don't forget the stock count. There is first stock into the pocket of Banjo. It looks like PK is going to be able to seal this one out relatively soon with that horn.
I'm not seeing too much on that edge guard, or at least it's not really being able to finish it out still. Banjo sitting pretty chilling at 220% and still coming back.
Yeah, it's good use of that pillar so far to actually keep him alive. Has been able to deal with a lot of those kind of negative situations, grabbing techs and whatnot. The down B isn't enough to really convert it into anything, but if you're Banjo right now, you're just trying to fish for percent. You're trying to find any amount of bonus that you can on this stock, and actually doing a phenomenal job of it so far. Keeping PK really high off the side of the stage. What was looking like kind of a throwaway game for Banjo was starting to really look in his favor. 200% in all, sure, but 115% picked up on that Shovel Knight. And what a way to seal that stock off, going to one stock apiece. And now if you're PK, you gotta worry.
Yeah, and just one stock apiece, and just like that, you know, the rock climbing community going to be taking out the automobile, fishing industry, and the music industry all in one F-Strong. And hopefully, Banjo can seal this out and free us from my eternal hell.
You say that, though, you know, Banjo's going to have to really start to work for it. It's the beginning of the set was looking in his favor, but right now PK is actually starting to really hold down these neutral plays, and it's kind of some stray hits that are only really making it through from Banjo so far, as we really see, like, it's just out of these negative situations. Banjo's throwing out moves, and sometimes that'll find you a stock that you need. Banjo taking point number 5 in a 7-game set.
That
Banjo.
Waveland, that jab F tilt waveland, and then waveland into the upper fucking F tilt conversion. That was smooth. That was perfectly smooth game, fucking perfectly smoothest finisher you could have ever done. Holy moly. I was not expecting that.
That was, like, you know, I had, like, a few quips I could have for that point, but, like, that was clean. That was so good.